We live in a world obsessed with the finish line. Everyone celebrates the big moments, the trophies, the headlines, the dramatic before and after shots that make life look like one clean transformation. But no one claps for the mornings you don't hit snooze. No one sees the quiet consistency, the tiny decisions that look like nothing on the outside but silently build everything on the inside. The truth is, real success doesn't look like that. It's not loud, it's not glamorous. It's built in the small, uncelebrated hours when nobody's watching. In the quiet decisions that seem too tiny to matter. Until one day they do. Most people only clap when the race is over, but what really deserves applause is the simple act of showing up. On the days you don't want to, on the mornings you'd rather sleep in, when the progress feels invisible, because that's the real work. That's where the story actually begins. Big wins are rare. They happen once in a while and they grab attention. But small wins, they are everywhere. They happen every single day, waiting for you to notice them. And if you learn to see them, really see them, your entire life starts to shift. The difference between people who burn out and people who build momentum is simple. One keeps chasing big rewards, the other learns to stack small ones. Every small win sends a message to your brain, I am capable. And that message is powerful because it slowly rewires how you see yourself. One win turns into a rhythm. That rhythm becomes momentum, and momentum becomes confidence. Confidence isn't some mysterious gift you're born with. It's proof you've kept promises to yourself. Think about the last time you said you'd do something and actually did. Maybe it was going for a jog. Maybe it was finishing a book. Maybe it was choosing discipline over distraction just once. Remember that feeling after that? That's not luck. That's your brain rewarding you. There's even science behind it. Every time you complete a task, no matter how small, your brain releases dopamine. That little spark of satisfaction. It's your body's way of saying, nice work. Do it again. And that's the loop that creates real progress. You take one small step. You feel good. You take another and another. The problem is, we've been trained to ignore that loop. We're addicted to the big result, the overnight transformation, the viral success story. But that mindset kills consistency. It tricks us into thinking if we're not seeing big change right away, we've failed. When in reality, all success is just the quiet compounding of small wins done over and over and over again. The people who make it, in any field, are the ones who fall in love with the process. They don't wait for motivation to show up. They build it through repetition. They learn to celebrate the tiniest progress. The 1-pound drop, the single sale, the one chapter written, the one day they didn't quit. Because they know every small step is part of a much bigger pattern. Confidence doesn't come from hype. It doesn't come from what people say about you. It comes from evidence. Daily proof that you can rely on yourself. Every time you do what you said you'd do, even when it's inconvenient, you tell your subconscious, I can trust me. And once you start trusting yourself, everything changes. That trust is what separates dreamers from doers. Most people talk about what they'll do someday, but the doers? They're too busy taking small steps today. They understand something powerful, like it, that success doesn't happen all at once. It compounds just like interest. The more consistent you are, the more your results multiply. You don't lose 60 pounds in a month. You lose 1 pound 60 times. You don't build a successful business overnight. You make one decision, one conversation, one improvement, over and over again. That's how the magic happens. Not in explosions of progress, but in layers of quiet consistency that stack up over time. And that's why small wins matter more than motivation. Because motivation fades, it's unreliable. Some days you'll wake up inspired, other days you'll feel like you're dragging yourself through mud. But habits? Habits don't ask how you feel. They just carry you forward. The key is to start small enough that it feels too easy to fail. 1 push-up, 1 paragraph, 1 glass of water, 1 minute of practice. Don't aim for perfect, aim for consistent. Because once you start, momentum takes over. The hardest part is beginning, not continuing. You don't need to move mountains, just push one pebble today. Tomorrow, another. And eventually, those pebbles form a path. The more you repeat the action, the more automatic it becomes. You stop needing willpower, you stop waiting to feel ready. It just becomes part of who you are. And when you slip up, because you will, don't panic. Setbacks aren't proof you failed. They're data, feedback. They show you what to adjust, not what to abandon. The people who grow aren't the ones who never fall. They're the ones who learn fast. Every mistake contains a lesson, and every lesson becomes another small win if you use it. Progress is never linear. It's messy, full of restarts and redirections. But even when it feels like nothing's changing, something is. You're building resilience, patience, and emotional muscle. That's growth you can't see yet. But you'll feel it later when life throws something harder your way and you handle it differently. So celebrate the small stuff. Seriously, give yourself credit. It's not about ego, it's about wiring your brain to recognize progress. Because what you reward, you repeat. Celebrate making your bed. Celebrate drinking more water. Celebrate saying no to something that doesn't serve you. Celebrate just showing up. Every time you celebrate, you tell your brain, this matters, and the brain listens. Over time, those micro rewards create a powerful feedback loop, one that fuels long-term consistency. Here's what most people get wrong. They think success is about intensity. It's not. It's about consistency. Anyone can go hard for a week. Few can stay steady for a year. The real edge, the one that separates average from exceptional, is the ability to keep showing up, even when it's boring, even when it's quiet, even when nobody's clapping yet. Your life is just the sum of your micro decisions. Every yes, every no, every small choice that either builds momentum or drains it. Every day you're casting votes for the kind of person you want to become. And the more votes you cast in one direction, the stronger that identity becomes. You're not chasing success, you're training yourself to be the person who creates it naturally. And that's why small wins matter so much. Because they're not small at all, they're proof you're in motion. They're evidence that you're building something real, something sustainable. Every small win says, I'm still in the game. And that's half the battle won. So yeah, keep dreaming big, keep chasing your vision, but start small. Build slow, stack your wins. Protect your momentum like it's your most valuable resource. Because it is. The secret to long-term success isn't about luck or talent or timing. It's about rhythm. It's about motion. It's about showing up one tiny step at a time, long enough for the world to finally notice what you've been quietly building all along. And one day, it will. People will look at you and say, wow, they came out of nowhere. But you'll know better. You'll know you didn't just arrive. You grew here. Slowly, steadily, through small wins that no one saw but you. So here's the truth. Big success is nothing more than a pile of small wins, stacked with patience. Keep stacking. Keep trusting the process. Keep moving, even when it feels pointless. Because small wins build big lives. And hey, if you came across this video, that means it was for you. Life doesn't send messages by accident. Share this with someone you care about. You never know whose life it could touch. Someone out there is fighting a silent battle right now, and they don't even know they're winning. Sometimes all they need is a small reminder that small wins still count. Always have. Always will. Your small act of sharing could be their small win. The one that saves them.